Welcome to the PAC Football Report for November 7, 2015. I'm Joe Onderko. Once again, we'll look back at last weekend's football action in the President's Athletic Conference, while also previewing this Saturday's Week 10 games. An NCAA automatic bid to the D3 playoffs and at least a share of the PAC championship is on the line this Saturday in Cleveland, as Thomas More and Case Western Reserve each posted impressive wins to set the stage for their huge Week 10 matchup. The Saints rolled at home past Waynesburg 42-13, while the Spartans knocked off UAA rival Washington, Missouri 34-16 in non-league action. Other finals from Week 9 saw W&J win at Geneva 34-13. Westminster posted a 39-14 home decision over Saint Vincent. Bethany outgunned Grove City 58-26. And Carnegie Mellon recorded a 73-19 blowout win at Teal. PAC Player of the Week recognition on offense went to Bethany junior running back Jalen Holmes, who set a PAC single-game rushing record with 341 yards and 4 TDs against Grove City. Defensive honors went to Carnegie Mellon junior defensive end Brian Corey, who posted 4 tackles, 3 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and a fumble recovery at Teal. Special teams laurels went to CMU junior kicker Gabe Renna, who broke the school single-season record for extra points made after going 8 for 8 and adding a 21-yard field goal against the Tomcats. 5 games are on tap for November 7th, including 4 league contests, while Bethany and Waynesburg have the weekend off. The PAC Game of the Year between 9-0 Thomas More and 7-1 Case Western Reserve is set for a 1 p.m. kickoff at DeSanto Field. A Saint win clinches the outright PAC crown for Thomas More, while a Case victory will give the Spartans at least a share of the conference crown, with a chance to clinch outright with a win at Carnegie Mellon in the final week of the season. Spartan head coach Greg Debeljak talks about the matchup with Thomas More.
Well, I think the kids that we work with are smart kids, so if you try and tell them this is just an ordinary game, they see right through that. So it's a special game, and you recognize that, but you also don't change. You know, we are who we are, and we're going to be aggressive on defense, and we're going to spread the field and let Rob Kuda operate in our spread sets, and that's it.
This is just the second all-time meeting between the Saints and Spartans, as the programs faced off for the first time last season in Kentucky in Case Western Reserve's first season back in the PAC. Thomas More rolled to a 66-34 decision a year ago at BB&T Field. However, first-year Saint head coach Regis Scafe knows that this is a very different Spartan team than the one the Saints faced in 2014.
I haven't seen them for a while. I was new in the league this year, but, I know those coaches over there, they do a great job, and they have some great weapons on both sides of the ball, and, they're having a fantastic season. Being an alum from there, I'm proud of what they're doing, but being like an opponent coach, I wish they weren't as good as they are, but it'll be a challenge.
3-5 Saint Vincent will look to break a couple of streaks when the Bearcats host 2-6 Geneva at Chuck Knoll Field in Latrobe at 1 p.m. Saint Vincent has dropped 3 straight since a 3-2 start, while the Golden Tornadoes have won all 8 meetings between the teams since they joined the PAC in 2007. Last year, the GTs raced to a 27-0 lead, only to see the Bearcats rally for 30 straight points before a late kickoff return TD gave Geneva a 34-30 win in Beaver Falls. Bearcat head coach Ron Dolciato talks about what his team needs to do to post its first win over Geneva since the 1961 season.
For us, special teams will be important again, as which we think is an important aspect of the game all the time. They run that odd stack defense, which gives teams problems, and they do such a great job of mixing up what they do with that odd stack. So it really kind of comes down to execution offensively.
In other action, local rivals meet when 6-2 Westminster makes the short trip down Route 208 to face 0-8 Grove City at 1:30 p.m. The Titans recorded a 41-7 win over the Wolverines in New Wilmington a year ago. 1-7 Teal is at 6-2 W&J for a 1:30 p.m. kickoff. The Presidents have won 9 straight over the Tomcats, with the last Teal win in the series being a 38-35 decision in their PAC championship season of 2005. Finally, 5-3 Carnegie Mellon steps out of PAC league play for a matchup at UAA rival Chicago at noon. That's all for this edition of the PAC Football Report. Remember, for the latest news and information on your favorite team, please log on to the conference website at www.pacathletics.org. You can also follow us on social media via Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, with links available at the website. I'm Joe Onderko. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you at the stadium.